Hi friends, my name is Mrs. Corradino. Today, we're going to be using our LEGO Essentials Prime sets to pass the ball. When you watch the video, I want you to think about the following questions. What skills do players need to pass a ball? Pay attention to their body movements, their hands, their feet, and where the ball goes. How does the ball move? And finally, how does the player stop the ball? Today, you'll be using the LEGO BricQ Motion Prime sets. You have a building tray, and inside, you'll find your map of where all of the Legos belong in the end, your Lego trays, and in the bottom, your building booklet and additional Legos. Let's preview all of the other builds that can be done using the LEGO BricQ Motion set. Let's get ready for today's build with some important concepts and vocabulary that you need for success. First, we're going to talk about motion. In science, motion has a very special definition. Scientifically, motion is a change in position compared to an object that is not moving. Think about my hand. The only reason you know it's moving is because my arm and the rest of my body is not moving. Have you ever thought about motion as the fact that something around an object that's moving is not moving? It's a little different way to look at motion, isn't it? Turn and talk with a neighbor about at least 2 or 3 examples of motion in your life. Key vocabulary, force. Please say force. One more time, force. Force is an influence that can change the motion of an object. Your Prime kit includes a variety of bricks that can create the following types of mechanisms. Take a look at the builds that are on the screen. Pay attention to the motion arrows that show the direction that each of these different builds can move. Today, you're going to be building examples of these mechanisms that you see highlighted with the teal rectangle. The simple machines that you'll be building today include a rack and pinion. A rack and pinion is a mechanism system made of a linear gear, a rack, and a circular gear, the pinion. You might also build a 4-bar linkage. This is the simplest closed chain movable linkage. When one bar moves, the rest move. Think about input and output. In math, have you practiced input-output tables? I think you have. Even in 5th grade, you start talking about input-output tables. In science, input and output has another application. Take a look at the man pulling on the rope. What direction is he pulling on the rope? Think about the way that the rope is moving in his hands. Is it moving up or is it moving down? Now take a look at the box. As the man pulls the rope down, what direction does the box move? Turn and tell a friend. Great. So the input is pulling down, yet the box is moving up because of the mechanism that you see on the screen, the pulley. Before we build, let's talk about some expectations for our Lego bricks. We always clean our hands before we touch the Lego bricks. We know the last class did the same, so that we can use the Legos and not be worried about germs. We never put the Legos near our face or our mouth. I know at home it's really fun to take a brick apart with our mouth, but we do not do that with our shared Lego kits at school. In your kit, you'll see a Lego removal tool. If you need help removing Legos, please ask an adult. And when we're done, we are going to make sure that we return all of the bricks to our kit. I know there are some really cool, fun pieces in there, especially the minifigs and some of the specialty pieces that are in there. But in order for us to complete all of the lessons that come with this kit, we have to make sure that every single piece gets back into the box. And remember, have fun. As you work through today's lesson, keep in mind our Lab 3 poster. Your teacher probably has this displayed in your class right now. Take a look at our Lab 3 expectations poster for STEM lessons. Repeat after me. I will. Listen carefully. I know. Anything is possible. I will. Be respectful, responsible, and brave. That last part, being brave, is really important, especially in today's build. There's no right answer. Today, you're going to get to experience building with Legos when there's not necessarily a right way to do it. And that's okay. You're going to be creating what we call a prototype. And sometimes prototypes work great, and sometimes they don't. There's no wrong way to build today. Let's talk about our build. Your teacher has already decided who your partner will be. Please make sure that you are sitting with your partner. This is the only time that you and your partner will need an extra tray to build on. It could be something as simple as a paper plate. You and your partner will get an instruction sheet. One side shows you the rack and pinion build. The other shows you the bar linkage. With your partner, please decide who is going to build the bar linkage and who is going to build the rack and pinion. For today's lesson, you cannot build the same thing. Now that you know who is building rack and pinion and who is building the bar linkage, decide who is going to use the paper plate and who will use the lid to your Lego kit. This is the building tray that comes with our kit. You'll find a map of where all of the Legos can be found, 2 trays, your building booklet. We won't need this today, but you will need it for future lessons. And all of the additional Legos that come with this kit. If you have an extra replacement elements box inside your kit, please don't open it unless you talk to a teacher first. Today, you and your partner, whether you are the rack and pinion partner or the bar linkage partner, are going to be creating a mechanism that can pass and catch a ball. Take a look at the builds on the screen. We're not going to have time to create something that's quite that intricate today. However, these are great inspiration items for you to use as you build your mechanism. Please gather your parts. If you are a bar linkage builder, you're going to need all of the parts that you see listed on the left side of your building sheet. All of these are the pieces that you'll need. Pay particular attention because you don't need 4 of these gray connectors. You actually need 5. There's 4 in this step 2. But there's another one in step 3, so make sure that you gather all of your pieces. If you are the rack and pinion part builder, you're going to need all of the bricks that you see on the left side of your building sheet. Notice this is going to be found in the very bottom of your Lego box. You might find these pieces already assembled. They might not be assembled, but if you see these big squares that already have the connectors connected to them, that's okay. Please make sure that you gather the pieces that you see in all 3 steps now. You now have 5 minutes to build your mechanism. If you need help, please raise your hand. If you built the rack and pinion, please test it out by turning the purple knobs. Pay attention to how the bar moves when you turn the knob connected to the small black gear. Compare that to how the bar moves when you turn the knob connected to the gray gear. Which one do you think will be better for kicking a ball, if this is where the ball will go? If you built the bar linkage, test it out. See how it moves. If our goal is to pass and catch a ball, how can I use this to kick a ball? Which way is going to be ideal? Where should I place the ball? Where should I hold on to my Legos in order to stabilize them? Now that you've built your mechanism, you're going to create a base for it. Use the pictures on the screen as your inspiration. Remember, you might not be able to add all of the bricks that you see on the screen, but our goal is to attach our kicking and catching mechanism to a plate so that we can keep it stable and pass a ball back and forth between us and our partner. Now that you've built your mechanism and attached it to a plate, think about the ways that you had to modify your prototype in order for it to successfully pass the ball to your partner. What did you need to do to make sure that it could catch the ball? Use the next 5 minutes to further modify your prototype. Look for ways that you can improve it by adding or taking things away. Now that you've had a chance to build, refine, and test your prototype model, choose a brick that best represents how you feel about your performance in today's lesson. Choose a green brick if, with some help, you can describe the forces at work in your model. Choose a blue brick if you feel confident that you can describe the forces at work in your model. Choose a purple brick if you can describe and explain the forces at work in your model with a friend. Now that you've had a chance to build, refine, and test your model, and self-reflect on your performance today, it's time for us to clean up. It's very important that we make sure every single brick gets back to its proper place. Please use the mat included in your kit if you're not sure where something belongs.